Hello everyone, I'm Guo Fengqing. This is Xinhua Live, brought to you by Xinhua News Agency on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And now I'm at the Nanchang 5-star Siberian Cranes Sanctuary, which is also known as the closest place in the world to observe white cranes. And how are white cranes enjoying themselves, and what's the story behind the establishment of this sanctuary? Please follow me and find out. So as you can see, this one shows a little bit about the history of this sanctuary. And we know that white cranes are also known as the live fossils of the migratory birds. And as you can see, and here through this roadmap of the migratory routes for the Siberian cranes. And you can see previously there were 3 migratory routes for the Siberian cranes, but now due to the loss of the ecological habitat for them, and this eastern route to the Poyang Lake, which is also the largest freshwater lake in China, has become the only existing migratory route for Siberian cranes every winter. So I'm now passing through the gate of the sanctuary. As you can see, here is the logo for this one, the closest place to the Siberian cranes in the world. And today I'm really happy to be joined by Miss Zhou Haiyan, which is also the founder and director of this sanctuary. Hi, Miss Zhou. Nice to meet you. And could you please tell us a little bit about the history of the establishment of this sanctuary? 你能给我们介绍一下这个白鹤小区的成立的一个故事吗？
首先我是一位生态摄影师。然后2016年11月份的时候，我们当时是发现了这块藕田，2000亩的藕田有超过了2200只的白鹤，当时很震惊。然后在拍摄的过程当中呢，也认识了国内外的很多的研究白鹤跟研究湿地的专家。那后来我们知道，白鹤之所以跑到藕田里面来吃莲藕，是因为鄱阳湖里面缺少食物。那么因为这块田是从2012年开始就已经有白鹤进入藕田来挖食莲藕了，所以呢就给当地的这个农民造成了很大的损失。那么这样子的话呢，农民就决定要改种水稻。那因为我们已经知道白鹤缺少食物才会到这块藕田的，所以呢当时就跟很多部门反映，就是希望能够把这块藕田给留下来。但是考虑到这个政府论证立项这个过程比较漫长，那么我们1月份得知这个消息，3月份就要把莲藕栽种下去，所以当时呢，我就以南昌市野生动植物保护协会副会长的名义，向海内外的爱鸟人士发起了一个留住白鹤行动这么一个活动。当时呢是很多人响应，我们筹款了将近200万，就租下了其中的300亩藕田，继续由我们来种植莲藕，专门供白鹤使用。
And Ms. Zhou is also a really bird-loving photographer, and since 2012, and she has been taking photos of these migratory birds. And in the winter of 2016, and she discovered that there were many Siberian cranes which were eating the lotus root here, and so which has caused some economic damage for the local farmers and who were making living by planting these lotus roots. And so local farmers have had to decide to replace these lotus roots and to plant more rice. And on hearing this, Ms. Zhou and many other bird-loving photographers were quite concerned, and she knew that this eastern route to the Poyang Lake has become the only existing route for these white cranes. But without this food, and how can these Siberian cranes survive here? And so she had initiated the initiative and crowdfunding campaign named Saving White Cranes, and they have collected more than 2 million yuan for these white cranes, and so they have rented about 周老师是大约是有多少亩的藕田？最开始的时候
是300亩的藕田。
好 ，about 300 亩 lotus root fields for these these white cranes. And so they have consolidated farmland, also planted more trees, and built new and wider roads to provide a habitat for these white cranes. And with the passing of the time, and they have witnessed an increasing number of the white cranes. 朱老师，我知道，就是我们在这个就白鹤呢，也被称为是江西省的省鸟。你能给我们谈一下这个省鸟这个命名的这个过程吗？我先把这个翻译一下。好。We also know that the white cranes are known as the bird of the Jiangxi province, which is in the eastern China. And I want to ask Ms. Zhou about the history behind the naming of this name.
其实早在20年前，当时就我们江西省的很多学者，包括省人大代表，就已经提出了一个建议，说希望能够把白鹤列为江西的省鸟。但是当时呢，因为白鹤是世界自然保护联盟的极危物种，然后又是国家一级保护动物。当时20年前提出的时候，白鹤的数量仅有2000只左右，所以当时就有一种反对的声音，说白鹤是极危物种，数量仅有2000只。那么如果说这个物种，如果说这个物种一旦灭绝了的话，那是不是我们江西要重新选播省鸟呢？所以这20多年一直没能如愿。
And previously, and when the province wanted to propose the white cranes, wanted to name the white cranes as the bird of this of the Jiangxi province, they knew that they were quite aware of that. That white cranes are one kind of the endangered species of the birds, and so they were quite concerned that whether they have the determination or they have the confidence in naming it as the bird of the province because they are endangered. But with the increasing investment and also the more protection, and this place have witnessed the increasing number of white cranes to come and to check in and check out in this place, so they became more confident.
那么2019年的时候，江西省就启动了这个省鸟的评选，经过票选，经过专家论证，最终江西省人大宣布白鹤被列为江西的省鸟。那这种的变化，我就觉得说，是因为之前大家对生态保护的这种重视程度，不像今天这么的高度重视。我们江西省敢于把白鹤选为江西的省鸟，那是彰显了江西对于生态保护的一个决心跟信心。所以作为江西人来说，我们把白鹤选为省鸟，我是感觉是一件很自豪的事情。
So in September 2019, Jiangxi province has named white cranes as the bird of the province. And this has reflected the confidence and determination of Jiangxi province to provide a better habitat for these white cranes, and also with the increasing investment, and they have witnessed an increasing number of white cranes, as you can see here, and as I'm really close to these white cranes, maybe about 20 meters away from this white, I can hear the whooping sounds of these white cranes. As you can see, they are really calm and against this beautiful winter sunshine. Oh, I have to say, I'm really fascinated by this. Oh, you can see maybe about 1 kilometer away, and there were some migratory birds flying across. Flying above the lake. 朱老师，我们想问您一下，就是为了去让欢迎更多的这个摄影师来咱们这边去拍摄这个鹤嘛，因为我们知道它是全市离白鹤最近的地方。然后您这边呢，就是做了哪些样的一些准备 ？I want to ask Ms. Zhou and to provide a better photography area for this sanctuary for those bird-loving photographers. What kind of preparations did the sanctuary make?
其实每一年白鹤。
So as we are talking, and we can see and one white crane just flying.
刚才是掉到那个冰窟窿里面去了，在挣扎着爬上去。
Miss Joe just told me that she's just fallen over. I feel like this white crane is quite attentive, and also you can see she's really relaxed. Whether how do you think is this the really peak time for this white crane to stay here? 您觉得这是白鹤呢一天当中会待在这里的比较久的一个时段吗？
是因为白鹤回来已经很长时间了。通常它每一年刚回来的时候，会对这个尽管是很熟悉的地方，它还是会有一定的这个戒备心。那么现在呢，他们已经回来了2个多月了，他重新回到这个熟悉的地方之后呢，他会知道这个地方的人对他是很善意的，所以现在晚上基本上已经不回鄱阳湖去过夜，而直接就在我们小区里面过夜了。
So Miss Joe just told me that these cranes are a bit very accustomed to the environment of this sanctuary, and normally they will fly back to Poyang Lake, the largest freshwater lake in China, and to spend the night. But now they're really confident and also really happy to stay here and stay over the night. And so as you can see right now, they are still really calm and trying to spend the beautiful winter time here. And also to provide a better environment for a closer look for these bird-loving photographers. And this sanctuary has built 6 photograph stops here, and for the photographers, as you can see. And I'm really happy to be joined by by Mr. Li to introduce a little bit about the establishment of these photograph stops for the photographers. 李先生，请您能给我们介绍一下，像这些为这个爱鸟的摄影师呢提供一个更好的拍鸟的环境，然后咱们这个小区做了哪些的工作吗？
我们首先是考虑到鹰鸟的视角，怎么更加生态，更加更加和谐。然后我们做了这样改造了3个观鸟屋和4个像这样隐藏式的生态化的摄影棚。
And to provide the photographers with a more so that this place won't disturb the lives of these white cranes because it is really close. And so you can see these photograph stops are all decorated with the camouflage decorations as a disguise so that they won't disturb the happy life of these white cranes. As temperature keeps dropping, and you can see the lake is already a little bit frozen, even though we are already at the noon here. And so let's passing through this. Let's see what we can see here. And this is one of the photograph stop, and you can see there are some holes in the camouflage decorations. And from here to the lake, and it is very close. And some photographers rose to the occasion and weather the freezing temperature of Jiangxi province right now. And they are still waiting here, and they. As you can see, this photographer is adjusting his camera and trying to stay really stable. As you can see, oh wow, this is really amazing, and so from here it's really close to the white cranes, and I'm really happy to be joined by Mr. Dong, which is also who is also a bird-loving photographer here. Ms. Dong, could you please tell us a little bit about your photographing experience？ 首先，请能您给我们介绍一下在这边拍鸟的一个感受吗？
行啊。就是说这个白鹤呢，它这个现在离我们越来越近了。也就是说，跟这个人呢，它的和谐关系呢就越来越好了。这个可能是主要是我们政府的对这个东西比较这个支持。你看看这些搞的这些生态的这种关系，然后呢，把这种的人啊与这个鸟之间呢距离越拉越近，一年比一年近。我们早年来的时候呢，是只要鸟一看到人立刻就飞，那现在他看到人都基本上不飞了，说明现在这个生态的环境现在越来越好。
Mr. Dong just told me that you can see here, and the distance between people and the white cranes is really getting closer and closer year after year, and which is also a testament to the harmony between people and the white cranes, thanks to the investment, also an increasing awareness of a better protection for these white cranes. 您能给我们介绍一下，您每天早晨会就是几点的时候就会来这儿进行拍鸟了？
董老师，
一般来讲的话是日出和。
董老师，您戴着口罩干嘛呀？
疫情期间。疫情期间。
还是露个脸吧。
疫情期间这个。
我们在户外没关系的。
对，户外没关系。再问一下，早上
董老师，请您能给我们介绍一下，您在每天早晨是为了拍鸟，是不是起大早，然后都会几点的就来出发了？
一般这个野生动物的这种摄影师哈，他们这个对这个光线的要求比较高，一般都在日出和日落的这个左右1小时，基本上就要先进入到这个拍摄的现场，然后呢，有的时候呢，因为像它这种地方呢，它已经给我们布置好了这个隐蔽的掩体，所以说它这个鸟呢跟人之间的关系哈，它就不会显得那么紧张。而如果说我们是在野外拍摄的话，那就要提前先把这个帐篷搭好，然后呢不能够去惊扰到这个鸟。
So Mr. Dong just told me that since they are taking the migratory birds here, and because it's really close to the white crane, so they don't have to come here really early, and compared with their previous photograph experience, because when you take the photos for the white cranes in the wild, and you have to put up a tent and to stay inside, and to wait for those migratory birds and white cranes. 然后您在这边今天是已经待了多久了？
我上午7点多钟到的，一直会拍到5、6点钟。
会待到下午。
会拍到下午。
And he has been staying here since 7 a.m. in the morning, and will wait here until 5 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. 那么您今天有没有拍到一些您很喜欢的照片？
这个目前还没有，因为搞野生动物的摄影哈，它这个成功率比较低，它不是说每一张照片都能够变为作品。那就说你要有作品，需要有耐心，需要慢慢去拍，因为这些的作品呢，我们拍出来的这个东西的目的呢，是要给大家就是增长这种野生动物或者鸟类的这些知识，比如说看到一些这些鸟类的这个它们怎么样的生活，怎么样的一些习性，大鸟跟小鸟之间的关系，然后这些东西呢，还是这些作品呢，将来会在这个市面上，发布给一些广大的这些朋友啊，或者是这些爱鸟的人呢，观看以后呢，会增强他们这种爱鸟的意识，实际上我们大家都热爱这种环境，然后跟鸟呢保持一种和谐的关系。那这样的话，整个地球、整个生态它就会平衡。
I asked Mr. Dong whether he has some satisfying photos he has already taken in the morning, and he said no. And because he said when you take photos for the migratory birds, and you have to be really patient, and also the application of these white cranes is for the education of people and trying to increase and raise the awareness of them to better protect the white cranes, and also they are really curious about these small details of the behaviors of these white cranes. So you have to stay really focused here and trying to be more patient and to witness the every detail of these the behaviors of these white cranes. And I can also, through this camouflage decorations, I can see I'm maybe about like 5 meters or 10 meters away from these white cranes, and they are trying to feeding themselves and really relax, and also they look really beautiful against the winter sunshine here. And far away, some more white cranes are dipping their heads into the water, which is a little bit freezing, and in the freezing winter here. I want to ask Mr. Dong, like, how many years he has been taking photos for the white cranes. 董老师，那您拍鸟有多久了？
我拍了10多年了。
About more than 10 years. 那您在拍摄这个鸟的过程当中，都有哪些比较有趣的，或者是比较一些艰辛的经历可以和我们分享吗？
这种东西呢，就是因为我们那个是退休了，是一种退休的生活的一部分。因为那个到野外出来拍鸟呢，一个呢是呼吸新鲜空气，第二个呢可以锻炼身体，第三个呢使自己这个填补自己的一些思维上的空白。那么这样子的话，就是说，在拍鸟的过程中间，最大的体会呢，就是感触到大自然太美。
I asked Mr. Dong what was the experience for him like during the past over 10 years of taking photos for the white cranes, and he just told me that since he's retired and he always has the luxury of time to spend more time with these white cranes, and this is also a way for him to be closer to the nature, and also for him a way of workout for him, and which is also very refreshing for him since his retirement. 董老师，谢谢您 Thank you very much. 谢谢。And I will let Mr. Dong to focus on his photograph, and as you can see, since the temperature is a little bit low, so fewer photographers are here. Normally, as Miss Zhou told me that there were more photographers here and trying to take and capture every detail of these white cranes. And this place is really warm really kind to provide some hot water, and and also you can see here a thermos bottle for photographers here, and trying to keep them warm in the winter. So I think with the increasing investment, and this sanctuary will be developed as a beautiful thing and for a lot of people here, and with the increased investment, I believe these white cranes will spend a really beautiful winter here. And as you can see, they are still trying to tasting the winter of Jiangxi province. And so that's all for this edition of the Xinhua Live, brought to you by Xinhua News Agency on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. For more, please follow us on these platforms. See you next time.